The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Good evening, sports fans and potential carpet customers. Welcome to the 27th Annual Football Contest Banquet. I am the Football Nazi, and I'd like to take this time now to ask some questions to some of this year's participants. I am going to ask a favor. If I do mention your name, would you please raise your hand at your table so the other participants can see whose balls are about to be broken? Well, question number one has to go to this year's co-champ and Class of 74 champ, Mr. Joe Pellicore. Joe, there's been lots of controversy this year concerning your first place finish. Is it okay if I ask you a couple questions?
Yes.
Joe, are you the owner of the Pellicore Concrete Company?
Yes.
Mr. Pellicore, did you receive any favoritism in the football contest in exchange for work performed at the Scalise residence?
On the advice of counsel, I invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination and respectfully decline to answer your question.
Mr. Pellicore, did you ever send in any weekly picks, or did Mr. Scalise crown you contest winner prior to the season starting?
On the advice of counsel, I invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination and respectfully decline to answer your question.
All right, Joe. Forget about it. Go eat your dinner. By the way, the new stuff's look incredible. All right, my next question is for Mr. Dan Dunn. Dan, you go to Las Vegas every year with a bunch of your friends, and I understand the night before you're leaving this year, you met a beautiful woman, and tell me about that night.
She said, I'll drive you back to your hotel, but there's no way that I'm coming upstairs. I said, whatever you want to do is fine with me. So we're in the parking lot, we're making out. She said, all right, I'll come upstairs, but there is no way that you're getting laid. And I was like, am I being recorded right now? This feels like a Me Too sting operation. So very loudly into her chest, I said, that's totally cool. March 22nd, 2018. Timestamp.
All right, thanks, Dan. My next question is for Mr. Ernie McGill. Ernie, I have a question about your wife, Tracy. What?
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Whoa, easy, Ernie, easy. I'll move on to the next question. Ernie's got a lot of political power in this area. I ain't messing with him. All right, my next question is for Mr. Dave McMullen. For the people who don't know who Dave McMullen is, he went to Burlington City High School, and I think he made all South Jersey in the three main sports. You know, not including soccer and cross country. Those are not really sports. Sorry, Chip Candy. But what a career. And Dave, you never beat Brian Scalise in one sport. I mean, you must look back at it and think to yourself, what if I'd have went to Cinnaminson instead?
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
All right, now I got a question for Mr. Kevin Goodwin. Kevin, I'm sorry, I heard that you and your girlfriend just broke up a couple days ago, and, how you doing?
I was a bad boyfriend. Here's how you know you were a bad boyfriend. While you're getting broken up with, yeah, in the moment, you're sad, but in the back of your head, you're thinking, hey, good for her. She's going to turn her life around now. This is what she needed. Right.
All right, thanks, Kevin. My next question is for Mr. Phil Graff. Phil actually was a teacher when I was at Cinnaminson High School, and I'm sorry to say he looks better than most of the guys in my class in this room tonight. So, good job by you, Phil. Phil, after week number 10, you were actually 2 games out of first place, feeling good about yourself, and you ended up in 62nd place, and, one of the biggest chokes in contest history. What do you have to say about that?
I would just like to say that this has been a most difficult time for myself, my family. As for the future, I'm just looking to put the pieces of my life back together and eventually restore my career.
It's okay, Phil. You're going to be fine. Just take the opposite picks of Chip Candy next year. You'll finish in the top 10 for sure. My next question is for Mr. Bob Creek Sr. Bob, you and Randy Lott, a fellow football contestant here, have been dating for a long time. And, I'm hearing rumors that you got a little side action going on. But someone told me it's with an inflatable doll. Is this true?
My latest love interest is such a doll. And I mean that because I blow her up. And the other night we were rolling around together, and I don't want to brag, but I popped her. They don't call me Needle Weenie for nothing, I'll tell you that right now. Happy ending, she's on the patch. Sometimes I fill her up with helium so she plays hard to get.
All right, my next question is for week number 1 winner, who also flew all the way in from Oregon, Mr. Jeff Parmer. Jeff, I understand that as, you have some health issues that you're going through right now, and, tell me about the last conversation you had with your doctor.
Excuse me, Doc. What does it mean when you go to the bathroom and fire shoot out your dick?
Let me get this right. You're getting a burning sensation when you urinate?
No, fire shoot out my dick is a burst of flame fly out my dick when I pee. I can't even pee in the house. I burn my house down. I got to go outside and pee.
All right, my next question is for Mr. Steve Hamlin. Steve, you're one of the few single guys in the contest, and, what's the dating scene like these days?
The best relationship I ever had, I used to go out with a homeless girl. Yeah, it was great, because after sex, I could just drop her off anywhere. We're home. I'll call you tomorrow. You can be by the phone booth.
All right, my next question is for Mr. Jerry Galvin. Jerry, you and your wife Karen are both in the contest, and, Karen does outpick you every year, that's a fact. And I just want to go back to the week where Karen went 5-0 and you went 0-5. I heard rumor that you were walking around singing a certain song to her that whole week. Can you share that song with us?
I just need you to shut the fuck up, 'cause nobody asked you, bitch. I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. 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 Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
All right, my next question is for old friend from Maple Shade High School, Mr. Joe Cassidy. Joe, how's things going?
There was a time in my life I dreamed of being a professional athlete, I swear. And then I thought, well, I just want to be a great athlete. I want to play basketball all the time. I love sports. And then I just want to be in good cardiovascular shape. Now, I just don't want to have tits.
All right, now I got a question for Mr. Bill Schmidt. Bill, being a lawyer, you've worked in an office, really your whole life. And, with this Me Too movement thing going on, does it make you nervous at all?
very hard to be a man these days, because no matter what we say, you ladies are ready to slap us with a sexual harassment suit. That's why at the office, I will not even talk to women. I just rub up against them.
All right, now I have a question for Mr. Tim Clements. Tim, you have two great kids, Lindsay and Tim, and I want to go back to your first birds and bees talk with Lindsay, your daughter. That must have been a little bit awkward. Tell me how that went.
And I said, well, do you know how the sperm meets the egg? She said, does the man pee on the woman? I said, sometimes, but that's $35 extra. I'm only kidding. I peed on my wife once and it cost me a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Okay, now I got a question for Mr. John Dawkins. John, you and Lori have been married for a long time, and, on the outside it looks like you guys really have a solid marriage. Is that true?
It's a good marriage, but lately I think my wife has been fooling around because our parrot keeps saying, give it to me hard and fast before my husband John comes home.
All right, now I have a question for Mrs. Debbie Tangway. Debbie, you and Steve have been married for, I think, over 60 years now, and I'm just wondering, what's your sex life like after all these years with Steve?
And lately he's been begging me to bring another woman home. Yeah, not for sex, for cooking. Probably for sex, too, because that's a lot of guys' fantasy, right? But I don't want another woman in the room when I'm having sex with my husband. I don't even want to be in the room.
All right, sports fans, it's time to close this thing out. Before I do, I got to ask a question to the creator of this contest, Mr. Brian Scalise. Brian, it seems like you and lovely Liz have a perfect marriage. Best friends, do everything together, it just looks incredible. I was just wondering, do you have any advice that you would give to the other married couples to, help them?
Fellas, when you wake up in the morning, you should look yourself in the mirror and say, fuck you. Fuck your hopes, fuck your dreams, fuck your plans, fuck everything you thought this life was going to bring you. Now let's go out there and try to make this bitch happen.
All right, sports fans, before I sign off here, I'd just like to say, if I did hurt someone's feelings by something that I said tonight, please leave this building right now. Go to a psychiatrist because you have serious emotional problems, you big baby.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart.